Mr. Reese.
Hello, buddy.
How you doing, sir?
Good. What's happening, bro?
Not much, sir. I just want to thank you for your time today, sir. It really means a lot to me.
No worries, man. Look forward to it.
Whenever you're ready, just let me know. I got my questions ready to fire them off, sir.
I'm ready, buddy. Let's rock and roll.
You got it, sir. Okay, first off, how's your knee doing?
Oh, man, phenomenal. I had my knee replacement in the end of November, just before Thanksgiving, and I feel like a new man. I dealt with pain for 35 years, so I'm pretty stoked.
Good.
Pretty happy.
Good. I'm glad. When do you and your family start preparing for Mayhem, sir?
Oh, we're preparing now, man. We're getting in that mindset, that metal summer camp mindset, and we're gonna start packing probably on the 21st or 22nd, and I have rehearsals to start on the 24th, and my wife will join me and a couple of the kids, and off to it.
How do you feel about the festival's progression over the years, sir?
It's it always takes on a life of its own. You know, the hardest thing for us to do is to put the headliners, the top two acts. The rest of the bill comes together pretty easy because we have, like 600 submissions for the tour. But, getting the headlining acts is the hardest part. And, I think we were super fortunate this year because we have, if not the most legendary, one of the most legendary heavy music bands in history in Slayer, and they've never actually closed the show. So we're stoked on that. They played in the second spot, but they've never closed the show. And then we have the legend that is King Diamond, who, Slayer came to me, we were looking for, figuring out the rest of the bill and so forth, and Slayer's agent and Kerry King are like, hey, King Diamond, man, we've never toured with him. Makes sense. His last tour did really, really well throughout the country. And, we're super excited to be able to put King Diamond on this bill with Slayer.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that answer, sir. Thank you. How do you come about such great lineups each year, sir?
We started, this is the 8th year, so every year it's a challenge. Every year it's, figuring out what we're going to do and how we're going to put it together. And we always get criticism, but that's, I'd like somebody to try to do it themselves. It's not easy. It's never easy putting these lineups together, and somebody's always got a complaint or whatever. We just try to put something together that will touch people that like heavy music, and whether that's a 17-year-old kid to a 55-year-old man, and ultimately we try to give a little something for everybody and make it cohesive and create something at a very fair price that people will hopefully come back year after year for.
Of course. How important is it for you to have your family involved with you on the road, sir?
I probably wouldn't do it if I couldn't. My wife does all this we do charity stuff for almost everything we do, and my wife kind of coordinates that, and it's really important for us to be able to give back, and to have my family out there with me is just it's super special. I'm very, very lucky.
Can you explain to me as much as you can about what a typical day is for you, sir?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're waking up in a new city, and so the bus, sleeping on a tour bus is awesome because it's moving and it's almost like you're in a crib, or in a coffin, and it's the best. I have trouble sleeping when I come home from tours, but normally a normal day is the bus will roll in somewhere between 6 in the morning and 9 in the morning, and you wake up and you dart for the bathroom because you can't go number 2 on the bus, so you can try to find a bathroom and get that business handled. And then look at the day and start planning ahead for the day, and we start chalking the floor to do all the rigging, and I look through everything, start having my meetings with the folks who are local, and get everything, if we have any special things going on that day, various meetings throughout the day, making sure the artists are good, making sure the fan experience is good, all that stuff.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So, because your day is probably pretty stressful, do you find it, very nice for yourself and very relaxing that you do get to ride your Harley while you're on tour?
Yeah, I'm not bringing it this year.
Oh, really?
I think I brought it 2 years in a row. This year I'm not bringing it, unfortunately, because I got to kind of go on and off the tour. So, but yeah, the last 2 years when I brought it, what a blast. I mean, a lot of times I wake up in the morning and hop on that and go for a quick ride, and it really kind of sets you up to have a great day.
Oh, wow. This one means a lot to me. I can't say it enough, sir, and thank you for all your hard work and dedication and putting yourself out there with the Medal of Honor for us veterans. How important is this? How important is this for you, sir?
It's just hugely important. My father was in the military. My brother was a Marine, and helping out soldiers who have basically given their lives for us and for our freedom. You can say it 1,000 times and that, but the smiles on the faces, the appreciation when we bring those guys on stage or when we do special things for them, it's just you can't even put a dollar value or anything on that of being able to help out those guys. And Metal has such a connection with the military. As you know, being a former military guy, I mean, a lot of guys went to battle listening to heavy metal music, man, and they just go together like beans and rice, the military and Mayhem, and so we couldn't have a better charity. We've given back hundreds of thousands of dollars to important charities that we've vetted that really do good work and do good things for veterans and for active duty. So, the chance to do Medal of Honor it's just I hate this word, I'm not really a religious person, but it's a blessing. It's a way to really touch people's lives and do something special.
Thank you, sir. Can you please explain for some people that do not know the Medal of Honor Award and how it does work, sir?
Well, we have a large presence in the festival area every day, and Greg Guru runs that for us, and we do, the Medal of Honor bracelets on all the military guys, and Greg listens to stories all day long, and him and the people that work with him, and they listen to the stories of the various veterans that come through the booth, and he kind of, after doing that due diligence and listening to stories, he'll pick who he feels like is the deserving guy for the day, and then we'll then bring them backstage to me, and we'll do the guitar presentation, the presentation on stage, tell a little bit about what the service member, what his role was, what he did, and just tell his story, and then give him thanks and hand him a guitar, a signed guitar by the bands, and give him back what he's given to us.
Thank you. How do you think this impacts the veterans? I know for myself, but how do you think it impacts all the veterans that get this award, sir?
How does it impact them?
Yes, sir.
My wife is still in contact with probably everybody that's received the Medal of Honor Hometown Hero for the day. She still communicates with all of them, and we check in on them and see how they're doing, and it's an ongoing relationship with them. So for us, being able to make new friends and to be able to hear their stories, and if we can help in any way, super important.
Well, and I appreciate that because I'm lucky to stay in touch with you, and it means the world to me. It really does.
Thanks, brother.
So thank you, sir.
Right back at you.
Thank you. Do you think the Medal of Honor Award, since it is such a big presentation, when you do it on the main stage from city to city, do you think that it has brought more attention to the civilians and has shown, the civilians how important the music is to the veterans, and then also let the civilians know that, hey, there are guys out here that have been fighting in the war and stuff like that. They come back with serious problems, and just how the music touches the veterans. Do you think some of the civilians are impacted by the presentation?
Oh, there's no question. I think that, we've had so many amazing stories of these guys and what they've gone through and what they dealt with, and I've been brought to tears, multiple times with that. And so for me, it's like I think that the rest of the attendees hearing those stories, I mean, they can really appreciate what these guys have done for them, and the liberties and freedoms that the efforts of these service members have brought to their own lives.
How has the festival impacted your life, sir?
And I've been, I've been around heavy music since the early '80s, late '70s, and it's I do a bunch of different genres and a bunch of different kind of festivals, but heavy music and metal will always be the closest to my heart, because it's kind of my I worked with Guns N' Roses when they first came out. I've done I did Danzig, and had a metal label with Ross Robinson. So there's a lot of things that I've done, and we signed Slipknot to our label. There's a lot of things we've done in heavy music, and to me, it's it still is the one genre of music that is probably most important to me.
Thank you. Each year, sir, with Mayhem growing, the sponsors seem to step it up each year. Would you agree?
I would agree, yeah, for sure.
Thank you. What band are you mostly stoked for this year, sir?
Well, obviously, Slayer and King Diamond, I'm super stoked. It's great to see Devil Wears Prada back, Whitechapel. I'm really excited for Thy Art Is Murder, because that's one that I really wanted on this year. In my opinion, they're one of the hottest, if not the hottest, young heavy music bands out there, and I'm really excited for them to come out and kick ass and put on an amazing show. But yeah, I mean, I try to catch all the bands. I meet all the band members in each group and try to hang out with them. We do parties about probably 15 nights of the tour. We do a big metal mixer party where all the bands are invited and they hang out. So we try to make it where it's metal summer camp, if you will.
And of course, the Mayhem prom.
Absolutely. We've had a Mayhem prom. Yep. We've had hookers and blow party. We've had Mayhem prom. We've had 80s parties. We've had dress ups. You name it, we've had that party.
While you're on tour, sir, do you think about next year, or do you like to come home kind of depressed with the family, and then do you start, pretty much laying out what's going to happen for 2016, or is that something you're doing while you're on tour?
There are some years where we've had the lineup for the following year booked before Mayhem even kicks off the year before. There are years we've had that. It's few and far between, but I think 2 years we've had the top band, locked and loaded prior to the next year, that year even starting. So this year we don't. We're still jamming ideas, seeing who has new albums. I mean, it's tough with heavy music right now, because there's not a ton of big headliners out there, and we're bringing a big show in, so we need hard ticket selling bands. So ultimately, it's every case is different. This was the toughest one ever to book, because we waited too long, and it created issues, but we figured it out. But there's a lot to do.
2 more questions, if you don't mind, Mr. Reese. The first one would be, and this is probably an obvious one, what is the most difficult band you've ever had to work with?
Most difficult band I've ever had to work with? Well, the most difficult was obviously the early Guns N' Roses, you know, just because it was so big and you know, there was so much going on and all of the personalities and so forth. I mean, the heyday of Guns N' Roses was really difficult.
I could imagine.
I don't really, you know, look, I don't really put up with much bullshit, and, you know, people know that I don't put up with bullshit, and I treat everybody with respect and expect the same in return. So I really never have any issues with anybody because they know what they get with me, and, you know, I try to live by the golden rule and have other people treat me by the golden rule, which is, you know, treat everyone as you would want to be treated, and you'll be fine in this world. You start treating people like shit, then bad things are going to happen.
I could not agree more. And the last question, sir, is if you had one to pick, who would be your favorite band that you like to work with the most?
Oh man, I love the guys in Slipknot. I do a big festival with them called Knotfest. So I'm probably closest, you know, with the guys in Slipknot of anybody else. I'm also very, very close with the guys in Disturbed. They're great friends of mine. I'm close to the guys in Slayer. I'm close to a lot of people. Who I work with the most right now is probably Slipknot because I do their Knotfest for them. So, yeah, but I'm close with Rob Zombie. I'm close with, you know, Slayer, you know, Godsmack, Five Finger. The list goes on and on.
Well, I can't say it enough, sir, that I can't thank you enough for your time. I know how precious it is.
Brother.
I know how precious your time is in everything. And
where are you at? Where are you out of?
Pittsburgh, sir.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you at the Pittsburgh show. Let's hang out, have a beer or something.
I mean, I would love to. I know we didn't get a chance last year because just, you know, I'm sure you were so busy and, you know, but...
Let's try to do it this year, bud, for sure.
You know, would it be okay if I just, you know, send you a text message when I get there or something?
Yeah, shoot me a text message when you get there, my brother, for sure.
I can't thank you enough once again, sir. This meant a lot to me. It means a lot to me that you took the time to talk to me, and you know how much respect I have for you, so...
Absolutely, dude. And right back at you, bro. Right back at you.
Please tell your wife I said hi, and I'll send you a text when I get to Mayhem, if that's okay.
I'd love to see you, Ryan. All the best, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And Eleni sends her best as well, Ryan.
Tell her thank you so much, and, you know, I just can't wait to see you guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Reese.
You got it, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Take care, sir. Be safe.
Bye, bud.